Okay, I'm back here at the Weldon dump. Just found this sticking out of the dirt. I've never even found one of these intact before. But it is lip chipped. But definitely worth bringing back. Not even sure where it's from. But it has a slug plate and it's embossed, so it's got to be worth at least $10, right? And while walking through the creek, I picked this one up. It's got the top broken off, but it's a nice Pepsi. So I can either cut it off and make a glass out of it, or the neck's kind of long enough to just saw it off and add a new top. Okay, I found a good spot right about here. Feel some bottles down there for sure. Okay, I'm just 2 minutes in and I already found a bottle. Straight-sided Coke. Too bad it has a giant crack in it. But you know me, I might bring it home and spray paint it. Okay, I'm into a 1910 Coke bottle dump. Found a lot of broken ones already. Okay, we're getting into the good part now. There's almost a complete straight-sided Coke. I'm gonna bring it home. So we're right on top of the layer. Feels like a whole one. Yeah, it's pretty close. The crown is sheared off, but definitely could still get $6 or $7 for it. That's odd. That looks like an 1870s bottle. Yeah, that's extremely early. Look how huge that top is, and look at all that drippiness. A very primitive bottle right there. Okay, I see something like a drugstore type bottle. And it might have... No, it's broken. It's a big bottle, whatever it is. Eight-ounce pharmacy. Dang it. I'm going to be careful because I don't want to break it because there's half a chance it's an embossed one. Okay, I think it's ready. It's not a pharmacy. It's a three-sided horseradish. It's very interesting. I find these in the Raleigh dump a lot. That's about a 1909, 1910. Okay, looks like a whiskey fifth is coming out. Okay, it's blown in a mold. Pretty early stuff. Of course, it's not embossed. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got a whole one. There's a giant root holding it down, though. Oh, it's too tall to be a soda anyway. It's definitely a beer. It's so hard to get it out of there that I decided to check to see if it's embossed to see if it's even worth it. I see something. Oh, it looks like an Anheuser-Busch. So it is worth something. $10 at least. hard time getting it out of there. Okay, I had to dig a lot of dirt out of here to get to it. But it seems to be in good shape. It's machine made. It's got that great classic design on it. So that's pretty good. Probably brought in from Virginia. I found a couple other bottles too. The Hicks Capudine for headaches and various other things. And then Eli's Cream Balm. And the little Welch's grape juice. Okay, we might have a whole soda there. Well, not quite. It's another straight side of Coke. Okay, this hole is not nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm getting back over to this area where all the straight side of Cokes are hanging out. But we have something different. That's no good. Pulled out another broken top, straight sided. But this one's from Fayetteville. So that's kind of unusual to be all the way over here. About 150 miles from here. Okay, I see one. The top's messed up, but it's whole otherwise. And it's something different. A slug plated, but a blank. That's weird. Okay, I got another one with the top snapped off, but it is intact otherwise. It's a straight-sided. Yep, it's just straight-sided Coke. It's got a split seam. Seam comes down here and then fades away, and then another one starts up over here. So that's kind of a 1917 and a half era. Okay, let's try this again. Can we find something intact in the way of soda bottles? Got a good layer of straight sides showing up right there. And this one seems like it's good potential to be intact. But of course not. What about the rest of them? Nope, that one's broken off. Another straight side of Coke. What about this one? Nope. Okay, this spot is just not as good as I thought it would be. So I'm gonna be moving on. Don't know where yet, but this spot, even though it's shallow and dry, I think a muddy deep hole would be better. Okay, I'm leaving behind a bunch of those. They're just not quite good enough. I just found this sticking out of the top of the ground. But of course that's no good either. Okay, we finally had a bit of a dry spell. A whole week without rain. So this hole that I left behind, it still has some water in it, but it's dry enough. I'm going to scoop that out of there and tunnel it out a bit. Okay, I got most of the water out, but it's really very muddy and my feet are sinking down in there, so maybe by tomorrow at this time it'll be dry enough to dig it. Okay, back at the main part of the dump. Tommy's been digging over there for the last 5 times. And I was surprised. I just probed this area, which I've already probed. But even 3.5 feet over, there's still a layer. So I got all this area to dig out right here. That's a bottle. It's down a good 2 feet. But that's about a 3.5 foot square I got to dig, so I'm gonna get started. This is a tough spot I picked. That tree put down some serious roots. It's gonna be a while to cut through all that. Okay, I'm over 2 feet and I haven't found a single shard of glass. But every time I probed it before, I was hitting something solid. But now, I'm not hitting anything at all. I did all this work for nothing, apparently. How is it that I hit glass every time and now I can't hit it at all? Okay, way over there on the very edge there's something. But what about all this? Don't tell me I dug all that for nothing. Okay, I'm way down there, 3 feet at least. I'm finally seeing a little bit of glass. Okay, I might have a whole bottle coming out right there. It's just a Chiro Cola though. But still, it's a lot better than nothing. And the top's broken. I don't know how I didn't notice it has a big chip out of the top. Okay, we got a couple right here. This one I can see is a mint cola. If it's from Lewisburg, that'd be a good bottle. But the other one is just one of those common hobble skirts. It's in the clay really tightly. Won't come out. Too slippery to grip it. Well, at least it's a Chadbourne, so that might be worth repairing. What about this one? Well, it's almost intact. What city is that? Columbia. Not another Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, it's Mudfest 2021. For a measly $100, you too can join me and get yourself all muddy. So I think I'm gonna tunnel it out. This way is extremely sparse and deep. I'm hoping it's gonna get better up this way. Okay, I never thought I would be excited to see a piece of glass in this dump because there's so many millions of them. But this is looking like a 10-pin, and it's looking like it's intact. It's just a common variety, but it's a pleasant surprise because it's been about 2 hours since I found an intact bottle. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit interesting. We have a possible intact one here. But nope. Then we have another one that's got the top sheared off, but it's intact otherwise, but it's just a Chiro Cola. And another, it's a Chiro Cola pet. Well, that one's almost intact. It's got some fractures in it though. Okay, let's see what this is. Yeah, it's just a Chiro. But there's another one over here that looks like it's intact. But the bottom's gone. Well, I got some more showing up over here. Okay, found a couple pretty much complete Chiro Colas. And it's so wet down here, I'm gonna have to start buckling it out. So get yourself one of these. It's gonna be hard to make the $100 quota today. Okay, I think I've had enough of this hole for today. It's getting pretty close to dark. I'm plenty filthy. But I think we got enough to dig over here for 5 minutes. No, 10 minutes.